Hello, everyone, and welcome to Castorberus Podcast with a K, Episode 4. I am here joined by my usual companion, Christian Cawley.
Hello.
Hello. What are we to talk about today, sir?
Well, there's all sorts happening, really, isn't there? Belatedly, we'll be discussing the episode 7 to 10, 42, Human Nature, Family, Blood and Blink, with one of our more recent additions to the staff here at Castorberus Towers. And we'll also be discussing the addition, or the returning addition, of Donna to Doctor Who. Regular listeners and indeed readers of the Castorberus website will be aware that over the months, certainly since Series 2, the number of contributors to Castorberus has increased, I think you could say exponentially. Can we say exponentially?
I believe we can, yeah. We just
did. It's a very doctorish word, so exponentially. Most prominent, probably at recent times, have been Nick Brown, who is a foreign member under the name of 123 Davros, I believe, who has really provided a nice set of articles over the last few months for Castorberus, and also Simon Mills of Copic's Doctor Who News fame, who put together a fortnight's worth of news for us back in the summer when I was taking a little bit of a break after Series 3 ended. And of course we've also got other contributors who we probably need to thank. So other than Gerald, obviously, who drives us around, keeps us stocked up with marshmallow chocolate drinks.
Lovely stuff there.
Yeah, and floats the odd air biscuit. And obviously there's Anthony Dry, of course, who basically runs the entire operation from his pulpit up in the highest regions of Castorberus Towers, watching over everything that takes place, and from such a great height that he doesn't have to pay to go and see Liverpool FC play. He can see Anfield from his office. We've also got Dr. Hula who's written a few articles. That's Mark. Bombadillich, Thomas Sheldon, started off with a nice piece of coursework, hoping to see the rest so we can give him full marks and pass him. There's also, of course, Brian, who's been writing a bit as well. Just thought, in case anyone didn't know, Brian does do a bit of writing, don't you, son?
Well, that's very kind of you to mention me. Gosh, I'm embarrassed now. Thank you, thank you.
That's quite all right. And we also have possibly two of the most insane criminal masterminds of all time, Professor Peach and Charlie Croker, better known as Gareth Kavanagh, and Steve Preston of Black Skulls magazine, who have been keeping us on the right track over the last 2 years or so, with their various contributions and recently articles, and hopefully soon an online presence for Black Scrolls. So a big thank you to all of those, but we should probably introduce you to our latest staff member, I think you should call him or them, at Castorberus Towers, and it's quite a big one to reveal. In fact, wouldn't you say, Brian?
Yeah, this is one of those moments when you hire someone and you know they're just perfect for the job, and they're just gonna blend in, and quite frankly, nice. You're amazed to get them. They bring in such an impressive resume, and you really think that they're just gonna look at you and what you're offering to pay them and so on, and go, yeah, right, yeah, thanks, boss, see you later. But it worked out very well.
Yeah, I couldn't have put it better myself. Basically, we had a few sort of security incidents earlier on in the year where nefarious entities on the internet were possibly attempting to violate the security protocols of Castorberus Towers. The best way around this, we saw, was to hire possibly the ultimate in security solutions. We put an advert out, and we were absolutely astounded that the very first person that we saw was the right man, or should I say, men, for the job. That's right. You've guessed already, haven't you?
I haven't guessed.
You haven't?
I haven't. No, let me in.
The new security man at Castorberus Towers is none other than Scaroth, last of the Jagaroth, and his various splinters.
This should
There's
be
obvious
good.
benefits here. Yeah, well, as I say, there's obvious benefits. Scaroth can communicate with all of his other splinters simultaneously, thereby providing a living, breathing active security solution to Castoris' boundaries.
You know, I predict that my stapler is not going to go missing anymore. I'm just throwing that out there.
I think you're probably right, and
yeah.
I think we'll be able to keep a better control on things going in and coming out, and possibly we might even manage to get a grip on the Dalek problem.
Yeah, I was going to mention that myself. Actually, I'm real impressed, and I'm really anxious to see where this is going. It should be good times at K Towers coming up very shortly.
Definitely. Well, we've got the episode 7 to 10 to talk about, so maybe this will be a good time to bring Scaroth of the Jagaroth in.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, I'm game with that.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Okay, we'll do that then.
Go for it.
Okay.
You want to send him in?
Send him in.
All right, Gerald, could you send in Scaroth, please?
Ah, my dear Brian.
Scaroth, how are you today?
Well, not bad.
That's good. How are the rest of you and you and you and you and you?
We are... Scaroth!
Right.
Other than that, we're fine, yes.
Good. Brilliant. So, we thought you could help us out today. We want to discuss the next block of episodes that we are going to review here on the K, and want to start with episode 42. Have you seen episode 42?
42. Yeah, it's not a classic. I remember A Sentient Sun. Not a classic, not a master. Probably wouldn't fetch much at auction.
I see.
The odd memorable bits with the Sentient Sun taking over that cursed Time Lord, the Doctor. Other than that, average.
Sure. I'm not surprised you would pick that out as your favorite part, by the way. What about just real briefly the silent scene of Martha and the Doctor being separated from one another? What was your take there?
Flagrant heartstring pulling, I think.
Flagrant heartstring. Okay, well, lovely. We'll move on to the next episode in line, Human Nature. How did you feel about Human Nature? You know what? Why don't we do Human Nature and Family of Blood as one? Sound good?
The Family of Blood. I'm an ancient race. I seem to recall having heard of them long ago.
Mm-hmm.
When we were one.
And
Human nature, of course, is something which I perfectly understand but couldn't possibly or even desire to fear. I remember influencing the writer Paul Cornell as I've influenced many other great events throughout Doctor Who's
have
history.
you?
Indeed I have. That is absolutely my purpose here, to reclaim myself.
I see.
Reclaim myself and my race's power. The Jagaroth will be supreme once again. And Connell was very responsive and I think produced an absolute masterpiece.
Yes. Okay, fine. Well said. I like that. Very good. I don't think we need anything else for that episode. We can move on straight away to Blink.
Ah, delightful. Blink, yes. Well, you see, I was on form that week.
You claim credit for this.
But of course.
Yes, I'm sorry.
Of course.
Right. Your influences. I'm sorry.
Scaroth of the Jagaroth. My influence has been seen across human history, across the ages, across eons. And the Weeping Angels, they're a wonderful creation of mine, I think. I may well have a couple of those in my cellar. I could sell those. And recreate my time experiments. All might not be lost.
Well, you could talk to Christian about that. He's pretty good and handy with that eBay stuff, and you're trying to say, yeah, maybe not. Maybe we'll just let that go another time. Well, that's good. I appreciate it.
Scaroth!
Right.
Intruder?
Hey, Gerald, could you send Christian in? Because Scaroth's getting a little wiggy on me here.
Yes, I'm coming.
And remove Scaroth, please. Thank you.
Goodbye.
Goodbye. Watch my stapler.
Is he gone?
He's gone. I think he's gone. He's gone. Yep, the door just... Yep, he's gone.
I don't think he's as odd as he seems.
No, very insightful about the episodes. Yeah, I mean that was very good, especially the influences. You know, I'm impressed by that. I think that was what won him the job here.
Well, yes, I think so. Yes, certainly Anthony was particularly taken with him. So okay then. Well, we'll move on to talking about the new companion in Doctor Who.
Right.
You all know, you must know, that Series 4 will see the return of Catherine Tate.
Will it?
It will, yeah, didn't you know?
Are you serious?
Yes. You have no
fine.
idea.
I'm sorry, go on.
Catherine Tate is returning to Doctor Who for Series 4 as the Doctor's companion, Donna Noble from The Runaway Bride. It's been kind of met with a bit of a general feeling of by fans. Certainly not as great as the reception by fans of Cawley joining the cast for the this year's Christmas episode, which was more of a kind of wow kind of reaction from the fans. So, Brian, Catherine Tate.
I'll be honest here.
Is there another 13 episodes in Donna?
Another 13 episodes in Donna? I think that it certainly could be stretched out enough to have another 13 episodes of Donna. If they do the relationship right. I think if they try to do another love interest relationship, be it one the Doctor loves her or she loves the Doctor, I think it would fail.
Right. Do you feel in any way the character needs to be toned down?
Definitely. She definitely needs to be toned down. She needs to be less frantic.
Yeah, I think possibly a kind of an exit from that would be the fact that it was her wedding day.
Yes.
So she perhaps had an excuse to be rather frantic.
Exactly. Well, Doctor already gave us that excuse, by saying that, that's why the Huon particles went crazy and drug her into the TARDIS, because it was her wedding day. All of her emotions and her hormones and everything were escalated. Yeah. So sure. You've already got that written into the script.
Yeah.
What I don't think is fair is all the fans out there downing Catherine Tate for taking the part, or for as an actress, period. I think, down the character of Donna if you weren't too keen on the character of Donna. But Catherine Tate, I gotta be honest, I've watched some of her stuff, and I think she's hilarious, and I think she's brilliant.
Yeah, she is. Yeah, and, she is. She's good.
She's done more than comedy, which I didn't know of at first. And yeah, she's really good.
She is good. And there's also this other thing. There's this kind of attitude, I don't know, it's kind of been created within Doctor Who fandom that she isn't popular.
But what does that mean?
Well, there's this kind that she's not liked by the general public. That's absolute twaddle. Everyone loves her. Every time she does something, she's done the comic relief things. She's done that twice now, along similar lines. But she's done it twice now. Everyone thinks she's hilarious. There's no public dislike for Catherine Tate whatsoever.
Right, and I don't get it.
Doesn't. Let me just put this in more simple phrases. It just doesn't exist. There is no public dislike for Catherine Tate whatsoever. Any public dislike that there is for Catherine Tate has been generated by Doctor Who fans who don't like the idea that Catherine Tate's going to be in Series 4. But it's completely generated by Doctor Who fandom.
Right.
And it's not something we've ever seen before, really. I suppose Bonnie Langford got a bit of a bad rep following her time in Doctor Who, but she's classic showbiz, you know what I mean? She recovered from that within months. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. So I think it's pretty unfair. And look, don't get me wrong, I would have preferred Sally Sparrow.
Absolutely.
In fact, I'd prefer Sally Sparrow over most options that I get on a day-to-day basis.
Well, she's more a companion. She's more the typical companion, I guess you could say.
Yeah. So, Rusty Davies is obviously pushing us in a different direction. It's his job.
Yeah, and that's okay.
Yeah, it's his job. So let's just wait and see what happens and go with it.
Yeah, and you know what? I'm a little bit excited in a way to actually see how they're going to do it, because, like you said, it's his way. It's his job to push the envelope. I didn't expect it. I never expected to revisit Donna again. Yeah. And I really think it's probably going to be more interesting than most people are expecting.
Sure, I think so too. And that brings us to the end of podcast number 4. So join us next time when we'll be looking at
the remaining episodes of Series 3, and we'll be talking about the other companion for Series 4, Martha Jones. Until next time, it's goodbye from me.
And it's goodbye from me.
And it's goodbye from me.
And it's goodbye from me.
Goodbye.